Redditors that worked with a dating company. What's the most insane user stat you found out about? Most dating sites and apps are owned by one company, the Match Group. They have a near monopoly. I think Bumble is one of the few not owned by them. I used to moderate OkCupid. The amount of unsolicited dick pictures men would send women, not even accompanied by any words, was horrifying. I mean, you'd expect it because online dating is a cesspit, but the sheer amount would still surprise you. I had to look at each reported picture and say, yes, that's a penis. I worked for Match for a couple years. This is probably widely known, but women frequently lie about their age and weight, and men lie about their height and salary. Also, it's a big problem that women are inundated with DMS while most men get none. We used to create fake accounts and chat with users. It was everything from someone having a premium account that wasn't getting responses to bored employees. A dude with over 2,000 right swipes and no matches. This was years ago now. But I used to work with a guy who had been an engineer for Match.com. He said 99% of the profiles were inactive, and that 80% of the active profiles were men. He didn't provide numbers, but also said there was a huge disparity between the average number of messages sent to women versus those sent to men. According to him, all told, the site was mostly men reaching out to dead profiles and never getting responses. As I said, however, this was years ago, so it's entirely possible that they've cleaned the site up since then. Should put a serious tag on this. I'm genuinely curious about the answers. This is probably going to get buried. I used to work for shag.co.uk as a content creator. And by that I mean it was me who replied to messages from users. I used to get paid between 11p and 18p per message, with bonuses for hitting certain message amounts. It was mostly horny guys who just wanted to chat and get off. But I met some interesting people. 1. A 60s guy whose wife had died a few weeks prior. Hadn't had sex in years. Needed a release. Spoke at length of how he had picked me because I looked like his dead wife in her prime. 2. A guy who was in his 80s who was an ex-porn star. Sent multiple links to his videos and such. We spoke at length regarding his trips to Africa and all the charity work he'd done. 3. A lot of obvious pedophiles, rapists, etc. It was pretty scary what people would admit to with enough pushing. 4. A lot of guys who would agree to whatever weird fetish I dreamed up on that day. Horny people be horny. It all came to an end for me when a guy told me his dad had died that morning, and he wouldn't be around for a while. I got reviewed for my reply, which was, "I'm really sorry for your loss. If you need to talk, I'll be here for you." They suggested that I should have replied, "Do you not care about me? I have needs too." Just realized that the site owners really just didn't give a shit at all. Edit. This blew up a lot more than I could have ever expected it to. Thank you for those of you who left that sweet Reddit Gold and other awards. Who would have thought my most upvoted comment on Reddit was about this? Crazy. Approximately 9% of women from the Pacific Northwest love adventure. I have a friend who works for, I wanna say Tinder. Anyway, the company isn't important. What is important is that her entire job is to remove inappropriate images. Her job is to look at dick pics all day, 5 days a week. That's all. No stat. Just a weird fucking job. Guys swipe right on 47% of profiles. Women only swipe right on 12%. I knew some guys would swipe right more than women. Wasn't prepared for how little women swipe right. DashEdit, here's some more. Hashtag searching for serious or casual relationships for men vs women. 61% of men want something serious while 38% want something casual. 87% of women want something serious while only 13% want something casual. It's worth noting on that last one that it's partially because of a difference in how men and women would describe themselves if they're not sure. Women would rather say something serious if they're not sure to see how something goes, but happy for it to turn casual if they're not feeling it. While men would prefer to say something casual and then happy for it to turn serious if they like them. This is why we've given in and added a not sure option in our big update next week. Hashtag feedback on chat/users. We're unique in that we only let you chat to 3 users at a time. So you have to end a chat to talk to someone new. When you end a chat, you have to give private feedback. Here's some of the feedback people choose. You can pick more than one. 34% ghosted / didn't say anything. 12% great chat. 11% polite and respectful. 11% not enough in common. 8% no chemistry. 8% hard to talk to. 2% rude / inappropriate. Hashtag why people ghost. We call ourselves the anti-ghosting app because we notify you if someone replaces your chat with someone new, since you can only talk to 3 at a time. Doesn't stop rejection, but at least you're not left wondering and waiting. We did some research with users to find out why people ghost on dating apps. They could choose more than one answer. 43% avoid the awkwardness of saying I wasn't interested. 37% they said / did something I didn't like. 36% was too busy and then it was too late. 32% couldn't be bothered to keep replying. 28% I forgot to reply. 25% couldn't think of a reply. 23% too many other people to respond to. 22% I've never ghosted anyone. 6% other. Source: I'm the founder of a dating app. The reason I found my partner. We have a child together. Etc. is because she handed her phone to a friend who accidentally swiped up while taking the phone and super liked me. Many apps seed attractive bots to keep people engaged. The bots will send / respond to a couple of substandard questions. How was your week? What are you looking for? Then ghost. Despite the ghost, the high of matching with a super attractive person that spoke to you is enough to get many people hooked and chasing the dragon. I have a theory, unproven, I work on the comms side not engineering, that these bots created ghosting culture. The bots just abruptly stopped chatting, which isn't how a normal actual human ends a conversation, but people became so used to it happening to them. They started doing it to others. Learned behavior. The creator of Match.com got cheated on. She left him for a man she met on Match.com. I never worked at OkCupid, but years ago I reported a few profiles and then they made me a mod. There were more fake or scam profiles than dick pics. We think some profiles were reported just because someone didn't like how they acted. But once you start image searching, you would typically find that those profiles are fake. Or belong to real people that are definitely not on a dating site. There were a bunch of accurate and proven catfish reports. And a lot of cute pets. Pictures have to be of you, not your dog, and we would comment for the other mod's cute dog but breaks rules. Also Google the image of the dog and sometimes find out that it's someone else's dog. How many perky The Office fans are out there? My experience is ancient. From back when it was dating sites instead of apps. I wonder what has changed. I was surprised by the insane amount of effort it took to remove nude / dick pics. Plus the constant onslaught of sex workers that we kicked from the site every single day. I'm sure they use AI now to filter all those, but it's probably still a lot of manual work involved. Also, how impossible it was to get women to initiate anything. We did whatever we could to make it more appealing to women. Still, the difference in male to female messages, versus the other way around, was just mind-blowing. Like 1:1000 or so. I was actually active as a user on that platform too. If I ever received a message from a woman, I basically went and deleted that user. It was always a sex worker. Always. Oh, and I should add, the partner matching algorithm was completely honest and real. I know it cause I coded it. There was absolutely zero trickery on that site. One reason why I loved that job. Sadly, the company went bust in the dot-com bubble. And took some of my money with it. Never found a job that was so much fun. With so great a team. Ugh. I miss the times. ETA after reading some other comments. My own success rate at 2 or 3 dating sites I tried was abysmal. I'm not pretty. For sure. But based on my insider experience, I don't think it really matters. Over the course of 5 years, I got a handful of friends out of those sites. An IIRC1. ONS. Oh, and one serious relationship. So there's that. By contrast, a female friend of mine is currently on one app. She has many dates, all right. But they tend to turn out creeps or uninteresting. She's looking for something serious. And has been unable to find it. And I mean, while I might not be a joy to look at, that lady is decidedly attractive. Slim and sportive with long blonde hair. Successful at her job. Financially independent, a keeper by all means. Still. Nothing. So what I'm saying is. The stats are matched by personal experience. Online dating plainly and simply does not work. At all. ETA, pro ladies/sex workers. I was trying to be polite. But it doesn't really work out in English. Hee. My old boss was the financial controller of a big dating site. He kept on seeing these big invoices for modeling agencies and initially thought it was because of the big parties they used to host. When he asked about it, it turned out it was just content for the fake profiles they created to lure in users. There was a post about 1 to 2 months ago on subreddit, dating_advice, which explained the best way to use Tinder to your benefits. It was something like, don't like everybody also don't like girls who put their Instagram in profiles because most of the time they won't respond to you and they just want follow. Instead focus on girls who have nice bio, and over time 1-2-3 weeks algorithm is gonna learn you and it's gonna match you with potential candidate. At first you might have 1 to 2 matches, but over time you gonna get more and more. Most of the people give up after 4 days. There isn't enough time for algorithm to learn you. Thanks for watching.